Arsenal SLR107R, formerly known as Arsenal SLR107-11, which is actually SKU number. Why I'm telling you guys? Because some of you were confused. What the hell is Arsenal 107R? And that's basically the 107-11, which is the fixed stock version. This was never before imported to United States in the stamped receiver version, so that's why this rifle is so exciting. And also the price point way below $1,000. This was one of the most exciting rifles at the 2017 SHOT Show. But enough with the bullshit talk. I want to go straight to the point. So today we started off with the concrete drops, and the first drop was on the magazine because I want to test those FAB Defense magazines. And I swear to God, I was convinced that this magazine will snap on the drop to the floor, to the concrete. And as you guys can see, it landed really hard, but look at that, the tap survived on the magazine. The only crack, what I'm saying is, it's right here up front on the magazine, okay? And this is not impacting anything. The magazine is still fitting, but I think it cracked here at the bottom. But again, it was different from, I was expecting that tab, polymer tab, because there's no metal reinforcements, will crack. It didn't, and the magazine is in a good shape. Still, I think so. They are cool, they're looking cool. You got that window, but basically they are range magazines, okay? If you wanna, they will fit. They fit very nicely too. I gotta tell you this, guys. So what we will continue to use, I will continue to use that magazine, those magazines. We got 3 of them through the duration of that 5,000 rounds test on the Arsenal, and we'll see at the end how they're going to look like. But so far I'm seeing the crack here, but these tabs and fitting lips are still holding up, and magazine fits very nicely. So, but that's enough about the magazine. So the rifle went to the magazine. Then I also dropped the magazine on the stock because we want to see how the stock is holding up. And all was happening, these rear doors were popping out. This is like a little compartment, but that's, that's okay. And the rail, I don't even know why they include that polymer rail on the sides, but it took some damage here, but it's still holding up. After this, the rifle went on one side, and then of course we had to give it a badge of honor and drop it on the charging handle side. Everything is looking here good, just the regular scratches. The rear post, let me check, no cracks on the rear post. It's looking good. So rifle took the beating on the concrete very, very well. Also the adapter is holding up, nothing shifted. What we did too today, this wasn't the only test for abusing the rifle. I hooked up the rifle, and please, there was no round in the chamber, okay? Rifle is checked, guys. Over the tree branch, and I executed the pull-ups. This puts tremendous stress on that magazine, well, guys. And I'll shut up for a second so you can listen to the wood noises, what was happening when I was executing those pull-ups. Hopefully you will have a good sound. Okay, so you got a picture right now how it sounds, how much force and stress goes to that magazine. Well, again, after the pull-ups, I put the round into the chamber, executed the full magazine, and nothing was happening. Rifle worked as it should. This was not the end of the fun. The last test for today, from like torturing test, was I basically dropped to the push-up position and executed push-ups on the magazine. I think it was that one, I don't remember exactly, but I executed the push-ups on the magazine, and again, no issues whatsoever. This rifle is just well made, and the magazine well is holding up, and there's no loose fitment. All magazines fit to it. Whatever I got, polymer, backlight, steel magazines, everything is fitting very, very nicely to this rifle, and that's very cool to see. Other than this, we were doing a lot of, of course, magazine dumps. I'm monitoring the temperature. I'm trying to keep it below 500 degrees, so it goes a little bit slower, but especially because it's warming up. As you can see, I'm wearing, it's the, third week of February, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. This weather is really crazy, and it would, a week ago, I think we had snow. So, hey, whatever. Global warming strikes back. Rifle had, again, through this 1,000 rounds, zero. Let me stress this out, zero hiccups, zero malfunctions. It works perfectly fine. Also, we did there is a question, how accurately rifle is shooting? Well, at this time I took it only to the 300 yards because we'll slowly keep increasing the distance and see what's going on. And with this scope, 3X with ACSS, from 300 yards you have absolutely no problem to nail the target. It's shaping up to be a really decent on accuracy. We will do the accuracy test at the, after 5,000 rounds, where you will have accuracy on the paper, and then we'll move to the 500 yards and you will have accuracy test on the steel target from 500 yards as well. All right, let's dive inside the guts right now. And the recoil spring is absolutely perfectly normal. Nothing is happening here on the recoil spring, all as it should be. Let me drop the safety. I'll pull out the bolt and the bolt carrier. We'll start this time with the bolt, okay? We'll start with the bolt. Let me watch at the back of the firing pin. Nothing happening here. As you guys remember, on the first episode I highlighted the tip of the firing pin, but I do not see any deformations, or I don't see nothing happening more. I thought I have seen the crack on it, but I cannot pick it up with the naked eye. All right, the front of the bolt is looking great. Extractor claw is looking very good too. Very nice ejection pattern. The rifle throws the shells in the uniform manner, and it's not spraying them all over the place. That's nice to see on a AK rifle, and it's a very nice ejection. As far as locking locks up front, I don't see anything. This is like almost, this is how you want to see those locking locks. And on the back too, no deformations, no digging. The surface is perfectly fine. I'll try to wipe it off for you for the pictures, so you will have a better view, but everything is looking great here. And as I said, the rear is looking good. Okay. I know everyone is looking and waiting for that tail, and on the bolt carrier group, guys, there's not that much happening on it. The finish is gone. Maybe it's now, it's just slightly rounding up. I don't think so, guys. This is looking really good. I think it maybe got squished a little bit, and again, this is unmodified trigger group. This is a rifle shipped with that trigger group. So yeah, I'll try to capture it with the picture, but now I'm looking, if you're looking like on the sides, so they're going like a little bit flat, but not much. After 2,000 rounds, I'll take that. And inside the channel, this is all looking good. The piston head is looking perfectly fine, and the tip of the piston head, it's gaining gunk, but again, that's expected to be. And the cutouts for the rails are looking good here. I will leave the if you guys are seeing something, I said this numerous times, if you're seeing something and I'm not talking about it, let me know, okay, because I'm just the human. Okay, let's dive into that rear trunnion. Let me wipe it off. Yeah, you can clearly see the marks from the bolt carrier, but there's no deformation. I'm touching it. Yeah, you like that? I'm touching it, and it's a flat surface, so it's not diving in. So something, this is the new addition, that rear trunnion, fork rear trunnion on the Arsenal, and that's why I'm paying attention to it. Speaking about the trigger hammer, I highlighted those 3 different humps on the trigger hammer. And yeah, here you guys can see that basically a bolt carrier is profiling that tip of that middle hump, and that's interesting. We'll continue to watch it. So this is probably why you're not seeing that much of a deformation on the tail, because the bolt carrier is harder than the trigger hammer. So that's something to watch. How we are looking on the trunnion is looking perfectly fine. Oh my gosh, this is like really nice, guys. No sharp edges, no nothing. And I'm touching it with my finger to make sure. All is looking good here, and the bullet guide is looking perfectly fine, and the chamber is as good as new. Amazingly, let me flip to the bottom of the rifle, make sure that the trunnion at the bottom is looking good too. Everything here looks great. How we doing with those rivets for the mag release and the trigger guard right now, because we put a lot of stress today on that part of the rifle, and this is all looking good, guys. The one thing what I will check, yeah, the rivets are looking here good too. And rivets on this side, they are not beauty. They are not going to win any beauty contest, guys, especially that one. It will be hard to capture with the camera, but I'll try to do it. But you can clearly see that that one is like a little bit was squished like a mushroom on this side, but it's holding up. And interestingly enough, guys, you know what, I'll have to pull out the ruler, because this could be an optical illusion. But I'll pull out the ruler, I'll check with the ruler, because I'm thinking maybe the receiver is slightly squeezed in the middle, okay? Because the way I'm saying this, because I have the gap between the optic rail and the receiver. When I'm looking from here, I can see the you know, light coming when I'm looking through this on the other side. All right, and that's interesting. I didn't notice this at the beginning, so I'll monitor this. I'll put the ruler, and you know, and if I will take a picture, we'll see what's happening here, but I'll monitor this. All right, that's something new. Let me pull out the gas tube right now. I'm using my retard strand. Lever went out. The gas tube is in my hands, and that means only one thing. Here's the pirate for you. Oh, I was bitch slapped by the Pirates Association Union for not executing the pirate look in the first episode. I apologize for it. So here's one more time. Pirate R. And the gas tube is looking very fine, and on the back is looking good as well. I'll put it here. Any flaking on the barrel? Nothing. No. At least I don't see yet anything. And there was a question about someone spotted like rust-like looking areas around the gas block. And at this point, I cannot tell you guys, is it rust or anything else? It is like, you know, rust-like color, but let me taste it. I don't know. It doesn't taste like oil. So whatever it is, we'll monitor and we'll see what's going to happen. All right, the things I'm doing for you guys. Inside the gas block, we are looking perfectly fine. Let me check if the front post ears didn't get deformed from the drops. Nope, they are holding up. Everything here is looking good. The pins are looking good. Muzzle brake. Muzzle brake, we are evaluating this Meridian Defense muzzle brake. I will tell you that for recoil control, this is working really nice. There is a very controllable recoil pulse, and the muzzle brake is doing its job. Of course, you have the side blast, you can see it. Every time when you have these chambers on the sides, I can pretty much tell you brake will work as well for controlling recoil, but you have to deal with the side pressure wave, and you have to wear the ear pro. I tried to shoot it without the ear pro, and I was punished severely for it. I just squeezed a few rounds and said, okay, time out, to the hell with this. All right, but again, that's just pretty much with all the muzzle brakes. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We still have to perform the tests for the no-go gauge, and we'll set up and get back to you in a second. Okay, 2000 rounds behind us. Let's see, no-go gauge test, execute. And rifle is not closing in. One more time, nothing. And one more time, just for fun, nothing. So still head spacing didn't change. Rifle is cleared to go for another 1000 rounds.